back to AccuWeather Ahead. Thanks for being with us on this Friday evening.
Everyone's looking forward to heading into that Labor Day weekend, us included.
It's true.
But we do have some weather to get to here, especially across the Pacific.
Yeah, we've had some tough news from the West Pacific as Typhoon Shanshan continues to bring dangerous impacts to Japan. They've had over 30 inches of rain, triggering dangerous flooding. Japan's meteorological agency, they're parallel to the National Weather Service, issued a rare emergency order warning for the slow-moving storm, urging nearly 4 million people to evacuate.
Earlier this week, 3 people were killed in a landslide triggered by Shanshan's wind and rain. The storm was the equivalent of a Category 1 Atlantic hurricane, but has since weakened as it stalls over Japan.
And we can take you now to Nassau in the Bahamas for more on what's going on into the Atlantic Basin right now. And you can see a little cloud cover. There's actually a pretty good swirl of moisture moving through the area of the Bahamas right now. And overall, we're going to be watching a low chance of development for that particular feature on the map. But we do have some more concerns elsewhere off to the east into the Caribbean as well. So overall, again, a lot of different moving parts here in the Caribbean. And as we take a look at the Atlantic hurricane season by the numbers, you know, it has not been all that far above or even behind average by this point on the calendar compared to what you typically expect. We've had 5 named storms. Typically, our 5th named storm, the average date of formation for that would be August 22nd. So, you know, maybe we're running a little bit slower than average here. I think perception is that it's much slower because we've had a couple of quiet 10 to 12, 15 days here in the Atlantic Basin. We've had 3 hurricanes, our typical, at least average 3rd hurricane formation date, September 7th. We've had 1 major hurricane. That was Debbie, powerhouse of a storm for so early in the season. Typically, we see our first major hurricane by September 1st. So right now, a lot of noise out there. Strong tropical waves in the Atlantic right now. We have an area of low pressure over the Bahamas, bringing those extra clouds to Nassau, and also what Damien's been tracking near the coast of Louisiana. Some interesting stuff going on. A lot of the tropical waves are coming from a point farther north compared to normal on the African coast. That may be a factor in why we haven't seen as many named storms to this point. But again, a lot of different hypotheses out there. Regardless, we do expect to see the tropical wave that's out over the area of the central Atlantic now move west, and probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week as it moves into this area here around the eastern Caribbean. We'll likely see that organized, medium chance of development. Still a little bit of dry air, some wind shear will keep it in check until early parts of the week, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday development is more likely off to the west. And overall, as we kind of just take our glasses off and zoom out, look at the big picture, there is an increase in moisture across the whole main development region where we had some dry air, and also more of the moisture is going to be moving in through the Caribbean too. So that'll be a little more conducive. Again, we look to 3 big ingredients for tropical storms to develop and strengthen. One of them is moisture, one is limited wind shear, and another is warm water. Well, we got the warm water with us all season long. And again, one of the limiting factors has been some dry air. That will not be the case next week. So we're looking at persistent downpours, some risk of flooding for many of the islands here, Greater Antilles and Lesser Antilles around the belly of the Bermuda High. And also that'll kind of be the blockade that will keep storms heading into the Caribbean as opposed to curving sharply out to sea because of the positioning of the Bermuda High. So one of these tropical waves that we're tracking, again, there's a chance that this could become something we need to keep an eye on here. And again, this is just one model depiction, but as this rounds the bend, we may be dealing with the named storm here. I'm going to move that so you can see the swirl, what the model does with that particular feature. That would be in about a week to 10 days. Let's go to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And Damien, this is an appropriate camera to toss to you here.
Yeah, that's right. I always love looking at the hometown. 87 degrees right now, partly cloudy skies. We're about to see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms popping up across the hometown. So we're just going to get right into the latest here across the south central U.S. and the southern plains. Radar over the past couple of hours, we're primarily watching this area, this tropical rainstorm off the Gulf Coast. This is slowly moving its way up to the north. It's pretty much going to ride the Mississippi River up to the north and bringing heavy rainfall with it here as we head throughout the evening and overnight hours. But as of right now, just south of the I-44 corridor, we are starting to see some isolated showers and thunderstorms popping up. None of these storms are severe, but there will be a little bit of lightning and some brief heavy downpours of rainfall. And that lightning, as we head into Friday night lights, could cause some delays. So heads up for that. Future rainfall here as we head throughout today, tonight, and tomorrow. We are going to see some heavy rainfall along that I-44 corridor, but most of the heavy rainfall is going to be right along the Mississippi with what's left over of that tropical rainstorm as it continues to lift to the north as we head into the overnight hours. Future track radar showing that by 6 o'clock local time, still seeing those spotty showers and thunderstorms across the I-44 corridor, with most of that heavy rainfall now lifting onshore across the Mississippi River Valley for parts of Alabama and Mississippi. As we head into this evening after sunset, we'll see more of that rainfall lifting to the north, a little bit more organization along the leading edge of that front across the state of Oklahoma. And then as we head into the overnight hours, by midnight, most of that heavy rainfall across the Mississippi is going to slowly start to dissipate. There will still be some scattered showers stretching from parts of Missouri all the way down to West Texas, Midland, and Odessa. That's where it looks like we'll see the heaviest rainfall during the overnight hours. So by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, West Texas seeing some pretty good rainfall, and also some redevelopment across the Gulf Coast between Houston over towards New Orleans. Some of these could be producing some heavy rainfall as well. So we're not done with the heavy rain just yet here as we head into the overnight hours into early parts of tomorrow morning. So for your early Saturday, if you're getting a jump start on any Labor Day plans here across the southern plains into the southeast, there will be a few isolated scattered shower chances. So just keep that in mind here as we head into tonight. And then by about midday, we'll start to see some sunshine across parts of Kansas, slowly working its way to the south. Lows tonight will be a mix of 60s, 70s with a few isolated shower and thunderstorm chances. Highs for your Saturday, back in the 80s, back in the 90s. 83 in Oklahoma City is going to feel pretty nice here. Anytime you can be in the low 80s in late August, that is always a win. So for your Saturday, that front's going to bring those scattered showers and thunderstorm chances. We'll continue to track that here as we head into the weekend. In the meantime, here, AccuWeather has been proven to be the most accurate source of weather forecast and warnings. We have saved thousands of lives and prevented tens of billions of dollars in damage. Better protect your family and keep them safer. Download the AccuWeather app today.